We don't agree on everything, but we do agree on supercharged versus non-supercharged. Now, I got to admit, I was guilty of my first jet ski. I went supercharged. I'm thinking, wow, I can have the Ferrari of jet skis for like in Australian currency, 20 grand. This was awesome. I came off it in an hour and a half, hit some wake, broke 3 ribs, realized the international signal for I need help is this, not this, which is I'm okay. But I recently got on and off some supercharge and went back to HO. I mean, the supercharged skis, yeah, they're fun, but they're thirsty and they really rip the arms out of your sockets. So, but why do you give your advice? Hey, you don't need a supercharged.
Oh, because people are stupid.
Well, that'll get the comment section lit up. And why are people stupid?
And the people who disagree with me, I encourage you to go through and read the other comments. Honestly,
it's too much.
It is. Well, what's the number right now? Right now, they're saying it's what 58% of all new watercraft sales are going to never before first time owners.
Yeah.
All right.
More than half. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah. And I'm thinking it's like you're just handing kids loaded guns. Yeah. How many YouTube channels rake in $250,000 a year, and all they do is set up a GoPro at a launch ramp and watch people it's just clip shows of people having the worst days of their lives at a launch ramp.
Actually, that's a revenue opportunity. We've gone the wrong way with this jet ski business, Kevin. We should just be at boat ramps with GoPros.
Well, I'll tell you what, the smartest people who have gotten who are in boating media are the guys who are recording boat ramp fails. Yeah. And then the guys who set up an umbrella and a little chair and a cooler and says, pay me $5 and I'll back your trailer in. Those guys and the dudes who are filming it are cleaning up. And I'm sitting there picking my nose going,
Okay, so here's some more questions for you. I'm going to ask you the same thing for all 3 brands. What do you love and hate about?
Well, let me. I realized I was being really snarky, and I should probably explain myself.
Okay, this is supercharged versus
naturally aspirated.
Yeah,
supercharged requires levels of upkeep that most people are not accustomed to. All right, Sea-Doo superchargers do require rebuild. They do require new clutches. The 230 supercharger is the same that was on all the 1503s. It hasn't changed.
Yamaha too, by the way. Yamaha's tend to pop after a certain time.
And so Yamahas need rebuilds and need clutches too, and that happens. Okay, that happens. And a guy who comes in who's thinking, I'm just going to buy a toy, and the reality is he's going to maybe ride it 4 or 5 times. All right, he's not looking. Most aren't looking for a whole new lifestyle. I shouldn't say that. I literally spent the weekend with guys who were like, this is my 2nd year riding. And I'm like, you're a badass. Huh? And he's like, well, I was riding dirt bikes my whole life. And my wife was like, no motorcycles. So he got a jet ski. Okay, great. So I should say.
And just on that, the dirt bike guys do really adapt well. I think if you've ridden horses, done jumping of horses, or you're a motocross guy, those guys and girls jump on skis, and that's just like second nature to them, especially in
quad, motorcycle, horse. Yeah. I mean, basically athleticism. All right. Yeah. I know Chris McCluggage was talking about athleticism, like in racing. He's like, a stand-up racer has to be an athlete, and there has to be a skill set. And it's like, you see guys out there in, racing in Thailand who are from Dubai, and there's some sultan's kid, and he's got more money than the Catholic Church, and he goes out and he builds a 110-mile-an-hour RXPX Sea-Doo.
Wow.
And has the skin peeled off his face because he doesn't know how to ride it. So
but the other thing is too, what I've learned in ocean riding, and you probably have the same experience, there's nothing to prepare you better for ocean riding or racing than doing ocean riding or racing. You just got to get those hours up. You can go to a gym, you can do squats, you can do stairs, you can do push-ups. None of that. It'll help a little, but none of that. You'll still find muscles you didn't know you had. And one of the things I love about there's a charity ride I do down here every year called the Yamaha Variety Jet Trek. It's about 100 skis. We do 500 miles or 800 Ks of ocean riding. you get dropped in the water, and then your road crew meets you at the next ramp, and so on over a week. But you've got guys who are like big, tough dudes. You know, they're from the mining industry, the concreting industry, the trades, and then they're walking downstairs like they've got to hold onto a rail just to get to dinner after a day after a day on the skis because they cannot move. So, going back to your point, you need to be. The only way to condition yourself is to go and ride.
I agree. And the problem is that a supercharged ski is so much outside of most people who don't have any experience doing any other motorsports, riding motorcycles, riding dirt bikes, things like that. If they're coming in totally green, what keeps them from grabbing the throttle on a RXTX and putting it right into the side of some guy's boat at the launch ramp?
Yeah.
And I've just seen so many horror stories that anytime someone says, "Tell me what jet ski to buy," I'm like, GTI 170.
Great ski.
Like, what?
Great ski.
GTI 170 SE. Get the sound system. It's great.
Yeah. Or a FXHO Yamaha.
FXHO.
Alex is good.
Yep. Yeah. I'll throw a naturally aspirated ski at them nonstop. Yeah. And everyone's like, "That sucks." I'm like, it's a war of attrition. And now, mind you, if the guy comes back to me and he says, "Hey, listen, I rode motocross for X amount of years and I rode dirt bikes," and I'm like, "Oh, well, then you won't be afraid of anything that Sea-Doo, Yamaha, or Cowie makes. You jump right into one of those." "Oh, really?" "Yeah. Let me give you some tips on how the Cowie's different from the Sea-Doo or how the Yamaha's different from the Cowie or whatever." Hey guys, thanks for hanging out. This clip was taken from our weekly podcast that we record here every Sunday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want to watch the whole video, you can go to the Watercraft Journal's YouTube channel, go to playlists, and then click on live sessions. You're going to see it there. Otherwise, go ahead and leave a like, a comment, and definitely subscribe to the channel. It helps us grow. And again, thanks again for watching our videos, and we hope to see you soon.